Thank you, Dr. Samuel, for being with us today and taking the time to talk a little bit about research and your interest in nephrology and how you got into the field in the first place.
Thanks, Jill, and it's great to be here, and I'm just so delighted to share my story, and hopefully it'll inspire other physicians and trainees like myself and patients out there and the general community.
I think the first question I'd like to ask is, what attracted you to the field of nephrology, specifically pediatrics?
So I've always wanted to work with children. I believe that working for the health and well-being of children is an investment for the future. So I was a very committed pediatrician, and I was training at sick kids as a pediatric resident, and it was time to choose a specialty. And I knew that I wanted to be an academic physician. I wanted to contribute to research, education, and to advance care. So I reflected on all the different specialties that were available that one could apply to, and then I realized that I should just do my family business. And the reason why I say that is because we are a family who always valued academics and research, and my family has a history of polycystic kidney disease. My grandpa died before the time of dialysis, and my dad also has the same condition, and he is a scientist, and now because of his kidney disease he has lost his career in science, but he has had a great impact on my own thinking and my career. And so for our family, mentoring me as a scientist was a way of carrying on our family's dream to contribute something back to humanity. And it's not just my father who said that to me. His own big brother, who had cysts but never had kidney failure, his last words to me were, "Be successful and serve humanity." So as a family, the knowledge of having an illness like kidney disease with no cure except a transplant urges each of us to do better through science, through medicine, to make a difference.
That's really powerful. What was it specifically about research that attracted you?
From a very young age, I was very committed to a very systematic and structured method of thought to advance health and to think about how we can do things better, to make lives better for patients. So I was always committed to that. Even in my undergraduate days, I volunteered for the Cochrane collaboration. The Cochrane collaboration is an international consortium that reviews evidence and presents the best evidence for best therapies in all types of medical problems. So I was a volunteer reviewer for the Cochrane collaboration when I was an undergraduate student, and it impressed upon me the need to have proper training in conducting clinical studies, being able to synthesize evidence, and to provide the best advice for frontline physicians as to what is the best medical therapy for a certain health problem. So with that, I came into medical school, and throughout medical school, I was always very attracted to being an academic physician. I didn't really know what that meant, but throughout residency, it became apparent that research and science is how medicine advances, how we advance patient care. So I wanted to be part of that whole process. And I did a master's in clinical epidemiology, got the toolkit to design clinical studies and to evaluate evidence, make guidelines for treatment. And then I came to Calgary as a new pediatric nephrologist, just graduated from sick kids, pediatrics and nephrology. I came to my interview and I said, I really would like to do research. And the department head looked at me and said, yeah, I think I can make that happen. And so he gave me protected time to pursue research in my career. And then he also did something really remarkable, which is he said, if you're going to make it in research, you need a good mentor. And I'm going to introduce you to someone who is a good researcher and a great mentor. And he introduced me to Brenda Hemmelgarn. And that was the beginning of my career in research in kidney disease and research overall. And she had that incredible insight, patience, dedication, and commitment to me as a scholar to help me develop over all these years to become an independent investigator and a clinician scientist. So just that interaction with Brenda, I was able to groom myself into a clinician scientist, a clinician who's dedicated to research and innovation. So mentorship is really, really important in a research career.
Absolutely. And it sounds like through personal, professional, through your academics, there's been many significant mentors for you. Stay with us. Dr. Samuel will be back with us shortly.